So hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today on this video, I'm gonna tell you this like what is the load testing. I'm gonna discuss regarding like load testing, how to do load testing. I'll also show you a small demonstration regarding the help of JMeter tool, and we can also try to generate the report based upon that our load testing. So before starting this video, let me tell you some quick context regarding this video. So context in the sense of like here we are discussing about like what is the importance behind the load testing, what is the objective we can achieve through the load testing, and why load testing is important for each and every web application, guys. So let's start this video. So load testing is nothing but a process. So through that way we can giving the load to that or low stress to that our system, and we can check the response of our system, like our system should be properly able to manage that load or not, or system able to handle that load properly or not carefully. If that system is having entire architecture, then it should able to successfully distribute the load based upon that different kind of method like round robin, like load balancer method. So these kind of things are there on load testing. So mainly objective of this load testing is here we need to identify the bottleneck, we need to identify the latency issue. Also we can check that overall capacity of that system. So that is the main perspective of the load testing. Now, why that load testing is important, guys? Like, what is the reason behind it? Why that a tester need to learn about like load testing? Why that people giving that testers money for that doing load testing? So basically, load through the load testing, we can actually ensure that system reliability under a heavy traffic. So it actually help us to identify that our application stability under a heavy traffic, and also we can prevent that our system downtime, and if that system is getting crashed because of heavy traffic, that can also we can prevent it. And also it enhance that user experience by ensure the responsiveness of our application, and also it saves cost by detecting that issue before it goes to production. Okay, so basically that moreover thing is like moreover it is a kind of making, it's a process for making a robust application. Through that way our application can handle that multiple requests, multiple response, and multiple user on a concurrently or same time. Then some load testing types we have. So first thing is like normal load testing. So here we are checking the behavior under a expected load. Another is stress testing. So here we can put that our system under extreme load and see that what is our system behavior. And another thing is like performance testing. So it is a kind of border category where that we are checking the load and stress and other types of testing on a same time. So this is nothing but my load testing type. So mainly we have total three types of load testing. Another is like load. Here I show you the load testing process overview. So first thing is like we need to identify that our test objective, like we need to define that what thing we need to measure here. Another thing that once it is done, then we have to establish the baseline, like under normal performance, what is the like matrix of that our web application, and we need to compare with that same thing with high load condition, and we need to check the baseline. So that baseline, making baseline is super important, guys. It has baseline, making baseline, actually that baseline has so many difference for different kind of architecture. It depends upon architecture, depends upon applications, different kind of framework. So many things are there. So establish that baseline, it is a more important thing. Once it is done, then we need to design that some test scenario, like we have to simulate that expected load condition, like 500 concurrent user for one ramp up period time, they're accessing that our web application. So this kind of test scenarios we have to mimic it. Another thing is like once it is done, then we have to execute that our load testing, and we need to test the monitoring the system behavior, checking the system CPU, checking the system RAM uses, and also what is the time for request and response going coming. So those things we need to check the parameter, and we can record that parameter. Once it is done, then we need to analyze the result, we need to identify the bottleneck, and need to check the performance performance failure or system failures. Once it is done, then we need to optimize system on manually. We need to like if that our RAM has more request response, because of RAM request response are getting low, like getting more time, then we need to like increase the RAM little bit, like this, how we have to optimize the system. So this is that whole procedure for load testing. Now we have branch of tools. On that industry, main tool is like JMeter. So JMeter is a kind of open source tool. Through that tools, we can use various kind of different protocols, and we can mimic that. We can bombard that request to a server. Another is load runner. Load runner is a commercial tool, and it is a mainly used for load and performance testing, and it's very popular among that industry. And that is Gatling. Gatling also, it is a open source tool, and it is actually focused for high load, and basically it made for web based application. Another we have Apache Beam and K6. I don't know much about these two, but those tools are also bit for use for that similar way. Okay. Now we have some key metrics in load testing. So first thing is like we need to check the response time, like what is the time taking of that each and every request and response is coming going. That response time is required here, and that is our throughput. The throughput in the sense of like number of requests has been processed with a given time period. That is we are calling throughput. Once it is we need to collect that data, and then we need to collect the concurrency, like number of users or number of how many sessions have going that parallelly, that we need to check. And another thing is like error rate. We need to check that percentage of failed request out of like our total request. Another thing is like resource utilization, like CPU, memory, network uses. Those things we need to check under the load. So these 5 things are actually a main critical key matrix in load testing. Also, we have branch of other matrices are also, but these 5s are more important. Then we have some best practices in load testing. So first thing is like we have to test early, and it is a very often cycle. So like we need to check that load testing in a development cycle time. And that is like we need to use like a realistic scenario or end-to-end scenario, so that we can actually be like simulate that actual user behavior under load condition. And the thing is we need to monitor that our system in real time, so through that way we can observe that our system performance during the testing. Another thing is like we need to test that production like environment. So through that we can get to know like if any kind of like things we have missed on test bed, that thing is not should not be missed on production. So like production like environment in the sense of we have to create a environment. It is like all dependencies are similar like our production server, and like that area like we need to start that load testing, so we get to know the system performance under like load. And the thing is like incremental load testing, we have to gradually increase the load, and we need to identify the bottlenecks and with the different kind of stages. Like first of all we need to go with like 50 concurrent user with one ramp up period. Then we have to make it larger, like out of 100 users with one concurrent 100 concurrent user with one ramp up period. Like that way we have to increase the load, and also 100 user with 0.5 ramp up period. Like that way we have to check the load testing. Now, in that load testing, we have some common challenges. So, first common challenges are like environment setup. So, because that load testing is actually required the similar kind of environment structure like our production. So, that's why it is a little bit difficult to create that environment. And then we have to check that test data management. We have to manage that large volume of data, because it is a very much complex procedure, that load testing, because it is totally data driven. Sometimes another is like realistic simulation, like that if user is logging on our application, what pages that user has more visit, what is the like more things like user have access, like what, where that real world traffic goes, what is the user behavior, that simulation we need to do. Another thing is like we have to like increase the resources. More resources means more system is more good to handle the load testing. So cost is here main factor, so that we need to like optimize the load testing on such a way that we have to get like maximum load out of minimum cost. Now we have some kind of simulation like solution for load testing challenges. First thing is like automation or automation. So we can create that automated test setup. Through that way we can use the tool for automate like JMeter, and we can also have like different kind of tools are there. Then we can use like cloud services like AWS, Azure. So we should not have to pay anything, like we should not have to invest that thing for hardware perspective. Everything will be cloud. So it is like that we can handle on we can optimize based upon that our users concurrency. Another thing is like data management tool. So many data management tools are available, so that tools actually utilize that or manage the data, large amount of data effectively. So another thing is like we have to monitor earlier things, like for application performance management tool, for checking that our application is proper or not. So this kind of thing we can do. So through that way we can handle that our load testing challenges. Now here I have some real life example. First thing is like e-commerce side on Black Friday. Black Friday in the sense of like when that we have so many sales are going on, while that on e-commerce side, on that because of sales so many users are visiting that site concurrently. So that is the most ideal like situation. Through that way we can ensure that our website can handle that large amount of traffic spike during that peak shopping season or not. And also we can get to know like what is the credibility of our system or credibility of our site. Should our site is able to handle that much more concurrent user on that small time duration. Another thing is like when we are launching any mobile application, so we can ensure that like adding that high volume of data and high volume of user registration, that application should not be crashed. So these two real type of example I have given here. Another some examples are there like sometimes like any kind of things we need to like download, like government job portal or something like that. There are so many users are visited, some result portal are there. So those things also comes under real life example, guys. So guys, before start that our load testing, we need to search that JMeter tool. So JMeter is actually a open source tool, and it is actually required the Java. So Java should be enabled on your system. Once like Java has been enabled on your system, then we can go through the we can download the JMeter, and then we can run that our JMeter tool. And also that once you are installing the Java, don't forget to add that environment variable, because it is more like common mistakes that everyone has done. So that on that JMeter page we have like download release option, and then we have branch of binaries and source src folder. I need to download that binaries, so I'm clicking on that, so it will that our binary will be download has been initiated. Once it is done, then we need to extract it. So guys, I have already extracted. So like once it is being extracted, then we need to go inside that Bing folder. In Bing folder we need to search that jmeter batch file, and we need to double click on it. So it will open that our command, and it will take some time to run it, and then it will open that our jmeter GUI. So like this is our jmeter GUI. We have one site called blaze demoblaze.com. So we need to check we need to explore this application like an we are user. and also that thing we can like create the report based upon 100 concurrent user. So we can use, like we can write that our script manually. So test plan here, that is means like it's a project in JMeter, like we have only one project. We cannot have multiple project like that other ID had. So here, like this is the test plan. Here we have branch of adding options are there. So another is like threads. So threads represent here like that our thread group, it is kind of a user. So here we can add that number of concurrent user and number of ramp up period. And if I want to run that things and a loop, and it for like run some like specific 60-second time, so we can use like this. So it will yeah, one user can access that our website for 1 second for 60 seconds, like that way it will goes like loop count. Okay, similar way we can add the listener here. So listener in the sense of, through that way we can check the report like our result tree, and we can create that form of report here. Okay, now let's start this thing, guys. So first thing is like we need to open that our dev tools. So this is our I'll open that dev tools here. So this is our dev tools I have opened. Now I'll tell you like why that is required. Now I'm clicking on home. First of all, I remove that all thing actually. Okay, and I'm clicking enter. So that is my demo site. I'm click on network, and I'm clearing that all thing, and I'm refreshing the page. So here I can able to see that branch of request and response. Some request and response are getting 300 status code, some APIs. We don't need to care about all those things. Then I am clicking that lock that one product here. Once it is done, then I'm clicking on that add to cart, and okay, I'm clicking on that, and then I'm clicking on that home, and again I'm clicking on that another card, and then I'm also clicking on add to card. Then I have click on that card option. So here I'm seeing that one, I'm deleting that this one, and another thing I am deleting it. Okay, so this then I'm clicking on that home. So this is that our simple case that we can automate it. We once like all those steps has been recorded here. Now here what we need to do, we need to download that har file. Har file has been downloaded. Then we need to search that har to JMX converter. So first thing is like that har to JMX converter is there. So it will take some time for processing, guys. Once it is done, then we can convert it. Another method is there, like we can use that BlazeMeter extension. By that help of BlazeMeter extension, we can record it, and then we can download the JMX file. I'm downloading the JMX file. So here that see that all requested has been added here. Okay, all the API requested, HTTP requested has been added here. Now what I need to do, I just need to check the listener. So I will add that listener here. The result tree, I'll add it. I will also try to see that our aggregate like graph I need to check. So that also I can check that our summary or aggregate graph I can add here. Once it is done, then I'll go to that thread group, I'll add that 100 user for one ramp up period, and that one loop I will run. Okay, for one time I'll check that 100 user. Click on the result tree here, click on select that automatically, and I'm running that our test case. So currently that road testing is going on. See that, guys, some cases some APIs are getting failed, some APIs are like getting passed. So like that way we need to wait some time. See that now it has been done. I'm clicking on that aggregate graph. So I'm clicking on that graph. So this is my JMeter report, guys. So through that I get to know like which is taking that what time. Now here in the tool option, I can generate that HTML report. So I click on that generate HTML report. This is our user property file. Inside that bin I had user property file. I'm selecting it. Output directory, I'll select that any like area. So inside Bing, I'll look here that I'll select on desktop. So I have selected, and that our result file or that GTL file I need to have. So for that way, that's the thing. So for that, I need to check that GTL file, that file. Now again, I click on that all things clear and run that report again. It will take some time. What's is being done, then here like our GTL file will be created on respective like folder or respective area. So it take some time for generating the report. See, report has been created. Test report, guys, like that way it will give me the proper test report. So on that, out of like 100 cases, 70 cases are getting passed, 82 cases, 83 cases are getting failed. Like that way I can see that maximum threshold time and how many bad requests I got from that our server. So everything I can see here, and also I can see that different chart like overtime chart here. I can see that response time chart. Also I can like check that our active user chart and all. Also I can customize that graph or like based upon the time. So this is like that way we can generate the report. Also we have another way. So this way we just need to run this command on that CTL mode, jmeter and then jmx file, and then we need to run this command. So through that way also we can generate the report, and this report is useful for like getting that proper information regarding our website load. Okay, so this is that our overall time. Here I'm getting how much time it is taking, so I'm getting all things here. So guys, this so on the conclusion, so conclusion is like that in load testing it's very critical, and it also ensure that our system like system, how can that system handle that large amount of data. Another thing is like we can also integrate that load testing with the CI/CD pipeline, and we can continuously monitoring that our application performance on that based upon that our data, and based upon that our like concurrent user. So I hope guys this video is helpful for you to understanding the JMeter and load testing. If that you guys have any kind of concern, please comment down. I'll try to explain that all things. uh, okay guys, so thanks for your valuable time, and thanks for watching this video. Please support me, help me to grow on YouTube. Please subscribe my channel. If this video is helpful for you, then please like this video. Thank you. Bye bye.